What is going on, guys? Welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going through the top 3 ways in which you can make gold in Sea of Thieves in 2021 after all the latest updates. Real quick before we get into the video, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has been leaving support on any of the videos or in any messages you've been sending me in the Discord and all that. If you haven't noticed, I went through a little rough period of finding motivation to upload, dealing with family issues and stuff like that. But we're all good now, hopefully. I'm going to be bringing more videos to you more regularly again. Now, also, really quickly, if you guys aren't, I highly recommend joining my Discord, as we have a lot of community stuff going on there. You have opportunities to be getting involved in videos such as these. You have different ways to be entered into competitions and giveaways. You get notified of videos before they go out. You get to see the thumbnail before they go out, all that kind of stuff. So if you aren't in our Discord already, please go down to the description and click on the link and join in. You won't regret it. But now let's get straight on into the video. First up, what we're going to be doing is looking at the Ashen Vaults. Starting off, what you're going to want to do is head on over to Morrow's Peak Outpost in the Devil's Roar, and head on over to the Gold Hoarder tent, speak to the Gold Hoarder and buy an Ashen Vault. Once you get this Ashen Vault, just turn around, vote to raise the Gold Hoarder emissary flag, and then run on over to your ship, propose the voyage, vote on it, start up the voyage. You will receive a Wayfinder compass. Now just follow the direction of this to the island it takes you to. Now, if you already know how to complete these Wayfinder voyages, then just go down to the description and click on the timestamp so you can skip forwards past this. However, I'm just going to show a quick kind of time lapse of how I completed the voyage in case you don't know. However, if you want a more in-depth guide, we have a video called the Ancient Vaults Guide. All you need to know, just go and watch that, and you should be able to find out everything you need to know from that video. Now, once you have completed this vault, you're going to be heading on over to the nearest outpost and going and selling all of your loot. So, what are the minimum and maximum amount of money you're going to be making from this? Well, this is taking into account no emissary flag, so if you forgot to raise the emissary flag, this is the minimum and maximum amount of money you can make. Now, the minimum amount of money you can make is roughly 25,000 gold. This is with no emissary flag, and if every single item that you get sells for the lowest amount possible. Now, the maximum amount of money you can get is 47,000 roughly. This is if every item you sell sells for the maximum amount with no emissary flag. Now, this makes you have an average of 36,000 gold. So let's just say you'll be making about 35,000 gold every single time you do this with no emissary flag. Now, if you do this with an emissary flag, you'll probably get a roughly grade 3 or a grade 4. Let's say you get a grade 3. If you just do 35,000 times 1.67, you will be making about 58,000 gold every single time you do this. And every time you do this, this will probably take you about 45 minutes roughly. Now on to Flameheart. When you load into a server, you're going to be looking for a red flaming skull in the sky. This is the Flameheart world event. Now, once you see this skull, you're going to head on over to the Reaper's Bones emissary table and vote to raise the Reaper's Bones emissary flag. This is because you're going to be ending up selling all of your loot to the Reaper's hideout, and you'll probably get a grade 5 emissary flag from this, so you'll be making 2.5 times the amount you would normally. We have a video on how you can complete this the fastest way, even if you are solo, so look in the top right of your screen now, there should be an info card taking you there, or you can just search it up. Just search up the fastest way to make gold in Sea of Thieves, Sea of Concepts, or something like that, or look up how to solo the Burning Blade fleet, because we've also done a separate video on that as well. Once again, like last time, I'm going to be showing you small clips of me doing it along the way, of me and my friends taking out these ships, how we did it. We basically just sat stationary, flags raised, both of our broadside cannons on the ships. Very simple. Now once you complete the event, you're going to want to grab all of the loot possible, and kill every single captain possible. Don't go straight for the flagship of Flameheart when you're on the final wave. Go for the captains and then Flameheart, so you get the most amount of loot possible. Now once you've got it all on board, head on over to the Reaper's hideout to go and sell all of your loot. Now, what did we get from this? We got 15 chests of the damned, 17 skulls of the damned, 11 ashes of the damned, 8 storage crates, and 1 captain's skull. So let's talk numbers. What are you going to be minimum getting and maximum getting? The minimum amount of gold that you are going to make from this is 56,000 gold. That's over the maximum amount of gold that you'll be making for the Ashen Vault. Now obviously this involves combat and keeping your ship alive and doing all that kind of stuff, whereas the other one is just digging up stuff and completing a vault. However, this is incredible. With no emissary flag, you'll be making 56,000 gold minimum. Now, the maximum isn't too much higher. The maximum is only 65,800 gold, but that's still incredible. That's double what the average was for the Ashen Vault. It's crazy. It is crazy. Now, obviously, this is taking into consideration no emissary flag. Now, if we do 60,000 times by 2.5, that is 150,000 gold. And it took us roughly 20 minutes to sink the Flameheart. And then obviously if you put like 10 minutes travel time to the outpost if you get krakened or something, that's 150k in over 30 minutes. Compared to that of 35,000 in 45 minutes with the Ashen Vault. That's over quadruple the amount of money you'll be making from the Ashen Vaults in under the amount of time. Finally, Fort of the Damned, one of the best ways to make gold in Sea of Thieves, but also one of the hardest. Now, if you don't know how to start up one Fort of the Damned, there are many videos on it. We may have a video coming out on it soon, who knows, depends how bothered I can be, but if not, just go and watch a video on how to start it up. It's relatively simple. Now, I'm going to be doing the same thing, showing clips of how we completed it through different waves, so just feel free to go to the description and skip through the timestamps, so you can skip forward to the numbers and see how much money you'll make. Now, I will quickly say, during this Fort of the Damned, we actually got countered by, I think, 2 different ships, and that's why this is one of the hardest to complete, so be careful of that. If you're not a very highly skilled PvP player, then you'll probably end up just doing it and sinking to people, because this is a very highly sought after thing. If someone sees this big skull with red eyes in the sky, people are going to come to it, they're going to try and steal it from you. So I would avoid doing this if you aren't the most experienced player in the game.
I said, are you good as in, like, you need my help? I'm over, repairing or getting ready. Oh, Grammar already. Just to be safe. Or that's what I meant.
Now, onto the numbers. Now, the minimum amount of gold that you can make with no emissary flag is 46,700. Now, that is just over the maximum amount of an Ashen Vault, and it takes almost double the time. So, yeah, look at that how you will. However, it gives you good reputation towards the Reaper's Bones. So if you're going for reputation, then this is also something that you want to do. And the maximum amount of gold you will be making is 98,600. This is obviously if every single item sells for the highest amount of gold, and you get 2 Reaper bounties which both sell for 10,000 gold each. Now obviously if you want to convert this into having a Reaper emissary, you'll likely only get a grade 3 from completing the fort and touching all the loot and putting it on your ship. So taking that into consideration, the minimum amount of gold you can get with a grade 3 emissary is roughly 80,000 gold. And the maximum amount of gold you can make is 165,000. Now these are a very big gap in numbers. So it's kind of a risk, but it's also you can be doing it for commendations towards completing the Fort of the Damned Bilge Rats commendations and making Reaper's Bone reputation, so it's entirely up to you what you want to do. Now if it were up to me and I were to advise you to do one of these, I would go for the medium skilled one, which is the Flameheart. Now obviously this one you get PvP'd a lot, you get people countering you, and it's just very difficult. The first one, which was the Ashen Vault, that takes you about 45 minutes and you only get about 50,000 gold, maybe 60,000 gold, nothing amazing. So, but it is something more relaxed. You won't really be bothered while you're doing it. It's something you can probably put on Netflix on your phone or on your other monitor. And you can just sail around the seas, pretty much just AFKing, earning money until you get to the vault. It's basically that simple. So the Flameheart is probably the one I would go for, purely because you get about 150,000 gold, which is incredible, in about 30 minutes. The only thing is you just have to worry about not letting any of the ships go through you. You have to try and stay alive, keep your ship up and running. But other than that, it's incredible for making gold, and it's the guaranteed fastest way in the game at the moment. That is going to about wrap it up for this video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope this has been of some use to you. If it has, please leave a like on the video and consider subscribing, because we plan to bring loads more content like this in the future, loads of different guides, best ways to complete things, all of that jazz. Literally everything Sea of Thieves based, we're planning on bringing it to you. So keep an eye out for that. Please make sure to join our Discord if you haven't already, because you can get information on giveaways, how to be in videos, give your input on videos. You can even choose a song which gets put into one of the videos, and you can sit there like, I chose that song, and you actually used it. So please consider doing that. Links in the description. But other than that, we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.